In NBA 2K24, they added a lot of new badges when it comes to finishing to help you dunk, and also breakout moves to be able to get contact dunks. Now, before we get into that, we got to get into the actual requirements that you need to get contact dunks on 2K. Now, off tools, if you want pro contact dunks, you need an 87 driving dunk with a 75 vert. Elite, you need a 94 driving dunk with an 82 vert. And if you're a small guard, any builds that's 6'4" and under, you'll be able to get a 86 driving dunk with an 85 vert to get small contact dunks off too. But for my off ones, you need pro 89 driving dunk with a 78 vertical, elite 96 driving dunk with an 86 vertical, and then like I told you, if you're a small guard, you can get a 93 driving dunk with an 85 vertical to get small contact dunks. But we can't forget about the big man. The big man for their contact dunks, if you want the pro, you want to get an 80 standing dunk with a 60 vertical, and if you want to go to elite, you gotta have a 90 standing dunk with a 75 vertical. So today I'm going to be showing you a lot of different ways to dunk the ball, use the right stick, and have a little variety when it comes to doing spin dunks, euro step dunks, or even hop step dunks, or even baseline dunks. But today for our dunkers, we do have Ja Morant and we also have LeBron James. But later in the video, you will also see Giannis when it comes to trying to do the standing dunk. But to trigger the first function to dunk the ball, this is going to be a safe two-hand dunk. All you're going to do is run to the rim, hold R2, and push your right stick towards the rim. Push your right stick up, activate a safe two-hand dunk when it comes to driving to the hole. But also you can hang on the rim by just holding R2. So if you're someone that wants to hang on the rim after you dunk the ball and you just want to go up and down doing pull-ups on the rim, you can. Now all you got to do with that is just hold R2 and move your right stick up and down. So for a last time for you to understand, run to the rim, hold R2, flick your right stick up, and you will end up getting a safe hand animation. Now for the next dunk we're going to trigger, we're going to use the controllable dunk. So as of doing this, we can control what hand we dunk the ball with. So if I want to dunk the ball with my left hand, I can dunk the ball with my left hand. If I want to dunk with my right, I can dunk it with my right. And as of doing this is very similar to what we just did. You're not pushing your right stick up. You're going to push it to the top right or the top left based on which hand you have it in to possibly get the fastest animation possible so you can dunk the ball and get to that rim. Now when it comes to doing this, you can control it every single time. It don't matter if you're on the right side of the floor, the ball is in your right hand, you can dunk it with your left hand and get maybe a faster takeoff based on what dunk packages you have on your build and what you're going to be using. But to trigger this dunk once again, so you'll be able to do a flashy hand off one, but you're able to control it, you run to the rim, flick your right stick to the top right or the top left. And for this next dunk feature I'm about to show you, this is going to be the one that helps you get flashy dunks. So all the crazy animations you want to get, all you're going to do is run to the rim, hold R2, and pull your right stick down to end up activating this. As of 2K20, that was the last time we was able to do it because 2K23, they took it out because they had invented the dunk meter. But this will help you get contact dunks the same way with the last thing I showed you, being able to control what hand you dunk with. Those are two good ones to use if you want to end up getting consistent contact dunks without the meter. So you'll be able to take off to the rim, hold your right stick down, and get a flashy dunk animation. But a slashing move that you can add to your bag is the spin dunk. As they added a new badge to the game called Spin Cycle, this does help a lot, especially having slithery as well. But this is a very thing to add to your bag. All you have to do is double tap square or use your right stick to activate the spin if you really want to control where you go. So if you just want to be able to do a spin and you don't care about which way you go, all you're going to do is run to the hole, double tap square while you holding R2, and it will give you this animation every single time. But if you want to end up controlling where you go, say if I want to spin to the right, I'm going to rotate my right stick from the left all the way to the right while holding R2 to get this animation, as you would end up doing the opposite to spin to the left. So now for another move that you can add for your bag, you can end up adding the Euro Step Dunk. Now we have a badge for it, it's called 2-Step, that will enhance your ability to do Euro Steps and Euro Step Dunks. But first of all, you need to know where you're going to take off from. Now as you're trying to activate this, you're going to try to activate it as soon as you hit the purple. As you hit the purple, this is where you're going to activate this Euro Step. Now to do the Euro Step, if the ball is in the right hand, you're going to flick your right stick to the same ball hand. So if the ball is in my right hand, I'm flicking it to the right, then left without R2. As you end up coming with the left, you're going to hold R2 as you finish and you will get a dunk every single time. But if you end up having the ball in your left hand, you're going to flick your right stick to the left first and then flick it to the right while holding R2 at the second flick. So you will end up getting that Euro Step dunk every single time. Now if you want to end up doing this on the opposite ball hand, so if the ball is in my right hand, I want to start with the left to right, I will end up getting a whole different animation, but you will still get a Euro Step or a Euro Step dunk in this process. So you will end up running to the hole, letting go of R2, flicking your right stick to the same ball hand, then to the opposite ball hand, then hitting R2 to finish the dunk. Now for this next dunk animation, it is a hop step dunk. Now if you remember this from 2K20, it was very overpowered with 2K slashing playmakers. But now there's a badge called Bunny that helps you get this animation very consistently and enhances the chances you finishing the move consistently. Now once you doing this, all you're doing is running to the hole, tapping square, and then holding square while holding R2 to get this animation. So as I'm coming down the court, I get the ball, tap square, let it go, hold square with R2. And the thing about this is an animation that doesn't pull you into anything. So as you do the hop step, you can literally stop. You can literally tap square and give you a hop step animation, and then you don't have to go up with a layup or dunk. You can cancel animation just by hop stepping and stopping, and it will literally stop on its own. As long as you don't hold square right after that while holding R2, you won't get a hop step dunk. It will just give you a hop step. You can do an up and under after it. You can do whatever you want. You can possibly do a post fade if you want to. But I got a feeling that a lot of people are going to end up using this in the future. Last year, y'all asked me how to do a reverse dunk, so I'm going to show y'all how to consistently get a reverse dunk. First of all, you can practice with the reverse layup. All you're going to do is come from the right side, running to the left, and then you're going to pull your right stick to the right. So if I'm going left with my left stick, I'm going to have my right stick pointing all the way to the right to the sideline. So I will be able to get this animation every single time. Now, if you want the dunk, you're going to hold R2 with this. So as I run to the rim from the right side, going into the left, you're going to end up pointing your right stick to the right, and you're going to end up holding R2, and it will end up giving you a baseline reverse dunk every single time. If you got a high driving dunk, it's going to be very more consistent, but if you have a low driving dunk, it's going to be a little bit harder. But as you do this on the left side, coming from the left wing, your right stick should be pointing to the left baseline. So as you come in from the left side, your right stick should be pointing to the left side on the baseline. But now we're going to end up getting to the meter dunks. If you remember the meter dunks, it was 2 functions last year to end up getting meter dunks. Now they added a third one. So there's just one, it's not 2. There's 3 different actual meter dunk animations that you have to do to end up getting certain ones. But sometimes these actual meter dunks are going to be very RNG. Now, as of the meter dunk, we're going to start out with Ja Morant to show you. This is going to be the up meter dunk. So as you run to the rim, you're going to flick your right stick up once and then hold it while holding R2. Now, by the time you get to the free throw line or close to the paint, you're going to flick your right stick up and then hold it up while holding R2 to end up getting an animation. So by the time you get to that dotted circle, that should be the time that you should be almost timing the dunk. So once you get to that free throw line, you flick your first time, and then by the time you get to the hold, it's right after. It's very quick. It's like a half a second. So once you get to that lane, you flick up, then you hold up, and then you hold R2 at the same time, and then you time the dunk. And with the new badge precision dunker, it should have a bigger green window, also have a better chance of dunking the ball. Now, if you remember from last year when we got introduced to the new dunk meter features and bringing up the new dunk meter, you had to flick your right stick up and hold down. That was the OG way to get contacts consistently if you wanted to use the meter dunk. You've seen a lot of people flick their right stick up, hold down, and while they're holding R2 to get the flashy ones, the crazy contact dunks. You can trigger contact dunks with all dunk meter features that I'm showing you right now. The up, the up down, or even the down I'm about to show you. But with the down, you're gonna see I'm bringing out LeBron James. As I'm bringing out LeBron James, this is the reason why I'm bringing back the LeBron James for the down, because with down, it's a rim hang. So if you have dunk packages on your My Player and you want to end up holding the rim if you want to, you can end up doing a down animation, but not all the time is going to give you a rim hang. Just based on how your dunk packages are set it up, it's going to end up giving you a rim hang, and you can hold on the rim, you can do pull-ups, all the other stuff, but most of the time you're going to get a reverse dunk or you're going to get a rim hang. But now for my big man, this year you can actually get a standing contact dunk. You can use the up or you can use the down to end up activating standing contact dunks in the paint. That is maybe the easiest way you can do this if you want to try to force a contact dunk doing a standing contact dunk in the paint. It's just based on your preference. If you want to flick your right stick up once and then hold up, or you want to flick your right stick down and hold down, that is literally the best way you can end up getting standing contact dunks. But the way you get the standing contact dunks, you have to be inside that restricted area. If you're not inside that restricted area, it will not give you the animation. It will just let you go up like a time layup. So make sure your player is close enough to the rim so you get that standing contact dunk with the meter. But last and not least, we're going to end up showing you how to self-lob to yourself and time the alley-oop meter. As you know, it's a badge in the game called Aerial Wizard. It helps you end up throwing lobs to yourself off the backboard, but also catching lobs. So as you're throwing the lob, it always pops up with Aerial Wizard. So what the first thing I'm going to show you is how to self-lob yourself. As of self-lobbing yourself, we're going to end up, I'm going to try to get a steal real quick. I'm going to end up getting a steal. We're going to run down here. Okay, I got the ball. I'm going to throw it off the backboard. We throwing it off the backboard to LeBron. As you end up throwing it off the backboard, you're going to time it. Now look, To throw the ball off the backboard, you have to double tap triangle, and then to time it, you end up tapping square in that window. It works every single time. Double tap triangle, time it in the green window. You will be able to get a lob to yourself every single time. Make sure that your teammates are not in front of you. If your teammates are in front of you, it will not let you do this. It will end up making you throw it up in the air and getting a turnover. But when it comes to catching the lob, all you're gonna do is aim for that green window. It's a big green window based on how much your aerial wizard is or your dunk rating. As I throw the ball to Anthony Davis, I'm gonna time it, getting it perfectly in that green window. As you see, it had a little bit of black in the actual circle. That was where I would end up not be able to make the dunk. But if this dunk tutorial end up helping you learn how to use the right stick, help you end up learning how to use the dunk meter, hey man, and also help you do standing dunks and self lobs, make sure y'all boys drop a like on the video, subscribe, turn on post notifications if y'all haven't yet. Hey man, it's 2 videos on the screen, and I'm gonna see y'all boys in the next one.